Welcome to the series of webinars and tutorials on the Zultys product line. In this video, we will be introducing you to ZAC 6.0. ZAC, or Zultys Advanced Communicator, is a unified communication client that lets Zultys customers communicate and collaborate regardless of where they're located. If you've used ZAC before, when you log into ZAC 6.0 for the first time, you'll notice that the interface looks pretty different. Notice the pictures? Over here, I can set my own profile picture. This is me. And now all the coworkers in the faraway offices can put a face to my name. Over here, I can set a presence to let them know what I'm doing, whether I'm available, busy, at lunch, in a meeting, and here I can type a note to give some context for what I'm doing. ZAC has a maximize mode and a mini mode. In both modes, you can see the buttons for parts of the applications on the left side. A new feature of ZAC 6.0 is the agent role and group presence indicator at the top of the ZAC screen. If, like me, you're a member of a group, you can log in from here. Here you can set your presence. Available means that you'll get calls for this group, and not available means that you won't. Here, I can set my active role, my own user role, or the operator role. What does the active role mean? If I select my user role, Lisa Adams, as my active role and make a phone call to my coworkers, they will see that Lisa is calling them. On the other hand, if my active role is set to operator and I make an outbound call, the coworker will see operator as the caller ID. The same thing applies to calls outside of your organization if the operator group has a different caller ID configured. The rest of the screens aren't that different from what they were in the previous version of ZAC. Over here we've got recents, where you can look at your recent calls and messages. Here are your buddies, where you can add the coworkers who you interact with the most. Here we have the group screen, where you can chat with multiple employees at the same time. Groups can be public, where everyone can join, or private. You can see the group here. Here you can see its info, all the members, and here you can message them individually or delete them if you are the group owner. Another cool thing you can do from the group screen is hold a conference call for all the members. Click here to start an audio conference, and all the group members can join the conference or leave whenever they like. Or in case of an absolute emergency and you need to reach everyone at once, you can click here to ring all the group members right now. By the way, we've added more tooltips and hints to ZAC, so you don't have to worry that you're pressing the wrong button. Just hover over the button to see what it does. The rest of the ZAC screens are voicemail, where you can see your voicemails and recordings, contacts, which is the list of all the users on your phone system, fax, where you can see all the sent and received fax. By the way, over here you can toggle between fax sent to you and to your groups. Then there's conference, where you can schedule conferences or start one in ad hoc. And then there's park. This is where you can see all the calls that are parked on the system right now, and you can pick them up. And down here is the list of agent roles and other members of the groups you're in and who is available to receive calls. If you're like me, you're probably going to be spending most of your time on the buddy screen, since that's where all your work friends are. First things first, let's add somebody to the buddy list. I'll go to Contacts and search for my friend Tessa. Mouse over to the star over here and click. And now, Tessa's on my buddy list. One of the cool new things about ZAC 6.0 is the ability to organize your buddies into groups. For example, Tessa and John both work out of our New York office, and sometimes I'll get a phone call where somebody just needs to speak to somebody in New York. They don't care who. So I'm going to make life easy for myself. I'm going to add a group, call it an NY, and then I can left click here and click to move Tessa to this group. I can also just drag and drop. And now the two of them are grouped together, and I can see if somebody calls that, John's at lunch, no point transferring anybody to him, but Tessa is available, so. But if I don't need to look at them regularly, I can just minimize this group. Convenient, right? You know what else is convenient? You can add groups to your buddy list. For example, this group here has all the managers. So I can click here to add them to the buddy list, and now this entire group is on my buddy list. Another thing you can do in your buddy list is add contacts outside of your organization. Click here, add contacts, and type in the information so you can keep it here together with everybody else. So let's actually communicate with someone. First things first, we're going to need to make sure that we've got a device we can talk on. We achieve that with binding. You can look at your bound devices over here. You can bind to a Zultys phone or any other phone, even a cell phone via a phone number. Or you can bind to a soft phone and use your computer's speakers, a microphone, or a headset. If you already have a phone assigned to you in the system, ZAC will bind to it automatically. Let's say I need to talk to Tessa. I can mouse over her name here and click here to start a chat conversation or to call her. If I just click here on her name like this, it'll open a log of our recent conversations. Here I can send her a message or click here to call her. I can even send Tessa some files. For example, I can just drag and drop a file like this. And here I can click to see all her info or the list of files we've exchanged, images separately from files. All right, let's start a call with Tessa. Tessa's going to answer over here. And I can see some options here. I can park the call, hold it, transfer, add another call. I can even have more than one call at the same time. For example, John's calling me now. So if I click answer here, Tessa is going to be put on hold immediately. And I can toggle between the two calls. And now the other call is on hold. And here I can transfer Tessa to John, or I can create a conference. And now all three of us are in a conference together. I can even check participants, and I can disconnect them or mute from here, which is pretty darn cool. Anyway, I better get back to that conference call. Thank you for watching. Check out other videos available on our website, Zultys.com.